Howdy, folks. Welcome to the Camping Universe Xfinity Series STP 200 here at Martinsville Speedway tonight. Should be a great one here. Short track racing action from the great state of Virginia. These cars wrapping up their test session here. Well, practice is what they're wrapping up right now. See the cars ripping by your screen here. We're outside of turn at number 2. See just how quick these cars are moving here at Martinsville. But nevertheless, get ready to take a look at your point standings coming into the night. And I've done some work to the points, guys. I hope you like it. And it should reflect a little bit what our chase standings would look like if the chase started today. So that's what it's going to reflect is what they would look like if it started today. Now keep in mind, this is not official. As always, the league admins, owners, they can do what they need to do. But by my count, this is how it looks. Jared Ziegler, name just got cut off, but that happened. Keith Nelson locked in the chase. Tyler locked in the chase. Caleb, Jared Ziegler in the chase. And then that leader bar, that's going to be your first car, currently not. Big stressful point. He's not the points leader, but he's currently not locked in the chase. That first car is Patrick Curtis in 5th. See Kevin Nelson, Brad Hicks, Brian Robinson right now in that 9th spot in that final position. Levi there, as well as Austin Green back there, 166 points back. Brian Ziegler back there, Antonio Bianchi, 201. He's sitting outside of the chase as well. Dustin C. Madison back there outside looking, well, in theory, he could technically make it in, but we're just going to... Okay, so the 9th position is going to be registered as our cutoff point. There's a couple other things that could happen to give us more, but for the sake of this, it is the 9th position, and we will be focusing on Levi and Austin Green, and that is where we set right now at this point in the season. Still got a little while to go before we get to the chase, but keep in mind it won't be long. Tonight is your 5th race of the season here at Martinsville, STP 200 here coming your way. And this little short track should put on some great racing action here tonight to get our short track racing kick going here this week. We got this tonight and count them 2 modifieds tomorrow night. Short track racing the next 2 days on Extreme Sim TV, and that is what we're looking at right now. Well, folks, we're 6 minutes away. You know what time it is. It's going to be National Anthem time, and we'll come back and cover a little bit more before the race gets going. But let's go to our National Anthem here right now.
Boy, these iRacing iFlag cars are fast tonight.
You know, Todd, I guarantee you, Brown, Leonardi, Weaver, Capert, and Pena are all using their products from their sponsor tonight to give them the upper hand over the competition.
Well, how can I get fast like those guys?
Well, that's easy, Todd. You gotta head over to iRacingIFlag.com.
All right, back here live, Martinsville Speedway. 2 minutes left on the practice time right now. Take a look at everybody is working their way through here. The 13 car, the fastest car in practice so far. Let's see if we can get a word with him in just one moment here. You can grab him by chance. Yeah, don't see him in Discord, unfortunately. See him anywhere. We'll maybe be able to get to talk to him here in a little bit. See, there is Jared Ziegler on track right now, finishing up his practice times for Mr. Ziegler, having a pretty good time out there in that number 2 machine. Jared Ziegler doing a great job here during practice. Well, hopefully we can keep it pretty clean here tonight, folks. Martinsville, a great racetrack. Take a look at some of the guys that are on track right now. There is the number, should be 48, I believe. Working his way into turns 1 and 2. That's Mr. Christopher doing a great job also. See, from the stands here, we look at him into turn number 1. Nice and low on the inside of the racetrack, coming back up to speed. Him working his way down the front straightaway. These brakes, man, they're going to be using a lot of brakes here tonight and wearing those tires out. I expect it to be a great night of racing. Every part of that car is going to be worn out by the time it's over with. So now that is what we're going to be dealing with all night. And I'm letting you listen to the sights and sounds. Just how hard these guys are getting on the brakes in the corner in the Xfinity car. Not a lot of downforce in these cars. And these guys are going to be doing everything they can just to keep these cars straight as possible throughout the whole night here as we get ready to go qualifying here this evening. Live here at Martinsville Speedway. And practice is over. It's going to be qualifying time here tonight. And we're going to pull up our qualifying order in just a moment. We'll take a look at it right now. And let's see who can grab the pole here this evening. Track is open for qualifying efforts. Who's going to get out there and get it here tonight? Here at Martinsville Speedway. And the track is open, folks. Time to see who can come up with what here. You see Levi there on pit road right now. The 51 machine on track. That's Antonio. He's had a decent season. See what he can come up with into turn 1 and 2. Antonio Bianchi right there through the corner, nice and low. Right there with him as well, that's Jeffrey Sykes. Also a couple more on pit road. You see them there. And right there is Donnie rolling off. The 48 out there on track. That is going to be Christopher coming up to speed. Jeffrey Sykes to the top of the board. 20.4. Antonio about 0.4 of a second off that run that Jeffrey Sykes had. Right here is Antonio. You see him working his second lap here in that number 51. Maybe a little bit more speed here. Get the tires warmed up at the stripe. He picks it up. No, he does not. Christopher's going to get a 27 or 20.797. Nobody's got anything for Jeffrey right now, boy. He is fast. See Levi out there in the 31 machine coming off turn number 4. He'll cross the stripe. And he's on his warm-up lap. That car continues around. See what he can come up with when he gets back here. Be interesting to see what Dustin in that 13 machine is going to clock. He had a good practice time. Let's see if he can back it up in the race. Crosses the stripe. 31 up to 4th. Nice run. And right now everybody's working it up right now, and right now too, that's going to be Dustin. Now it's going to be interesting. I'm really curious to see what kind of time Dustin's going to lay down here. 2 minutes left, and he actually not necessarily going to do very well. He's back here in 8th. I expected that 13 to be a little stronger. He'll head to pit road, and that will do it for him. And this is qualifying efforts are about over. Here's Norman King. He's on the outside looking in, coming into the night. A win would change his season for the better, but Jeffrey Sykes on top of the board. Patrick Curtis second, Austin Green third, Christopher in fourth. That's the way they run right now. Everybody's still working their way around pit road. There is the 88 machine of Mr. Jason. Look at Jason out on track here. Ooh, outside wall for that number 88 machine. Got it pretty heavy. He'll bring it back to pit road. But right now, Jeffrey Sykes looks to be the fastest car in town with just 1 minute left here in qualifying. And now the track is completely empty, as you can see. Nobody out on track right now. So we'll get ready to turn them back loose here in a moment. But right now, everybody is pretty much done with their qualifying effort here at Martinsville Speedway. We will see people can come up with here in just a moment. Well, 25 seconds, and it does appear Mr. Jeffrey Sykes is going to grab the pole here tonight. Good run for Jeffrey, putting that thing up there on the pole. And let's see if we can grab a word with Jeffrey before we go green here. Here he is, Mr. Sykes. There he is down there in Black Sheep Racing with Antonio.
Matter of fact,
Hey Jeff, Matt up in the
please
booth, you
start
got me?
putting.
Hey Jeff, Matt up in the booth, you got a copy? I think Jeff can hear us. Back out. I think Jeff could hear us there. We're getting ready to go green here. Everybody lined up. We'll get your grid in just one moment. Qualifying now over here tonight. And what a pretty clean qualifying session. I'm kind of surprised. No real big issues. And we'll take a look at your starting lineup in just one moment. Here we go. Inside row number 1, Jeffrey Sykes. Patrick Curtis there to the outside. Austin Green, Mr. Christopher there at 4th. 5th, Norman King. Levi 6th. 7th, Brian. 8th, Antonio. Coming 9th here, Dustin. Good. Well, I expected that car to be a little bit better, but a little bit further back in the pack. Joshua Strauss in 10th right now. Starting row number 6, that's going to be Donnie and Jason. 13th and 14th on the field, Jared Ziegler, Brian Ziegler. 15th, that's going to be Michael and Gary. And that will round them out. 16 cars here tonight. Let's take a look at your track facts right quick here for Martinsville Speedway. Here we go. It's going to be a 4-corner, a little under half-mile racetrack. 200 laps here tonight. 98 miles. Track temp kind of high, 96 degrees. Air temp at about 66. Not a lot of wind for us to have to worry about. And we'll get ready to throw the green flag and get this underway here in one moment as they work their way down the front straightaway once again here. I want to welcome everyone here tonight as we get ready to go green flag racing. Pace car getting ready to dive down pit road. You see Jeffrey right there. He will lead them to green. And we will get it underway here tonight. So here we go. Green flag getting ready to go in the air. Green coming this time by. Here we go. Green is out and we are underway at Martinsville. Sykes on the gas. Good start for Jeffrey Sykes side by side for that race lead. Look to the outside. That's that one machine trying to hang on up there. They battled their way down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Curtis trying to hang on the outside. That's not going to work too well here at Martinsville. He'll drop back right now. Third, the 32 machine, Norman King right there with him. Great run for Norman. Battle for fifth, though. That's going to be the 31. Right back there with the 48. You see the 48 dropping back. A Christopher can't get down. It's kind of like a, I don't know, I guess a train on the bottom that you can't get down in front of. Now it'll start to work out down the front straightaway. So Christopher is setting in P6, now trying to take back over a spot after he got back down. It's going to be Levi. He's going to be up and under in 3 and 4. And we will see cross the stripe once again. And nice move there. Battle right behind him. That's the 13. Having a pretty good run. A little bit of bumper tag there between the 37 and 31 machine. But that 13's got a strong car. He'll jump to the inside. Dustin will pick up a spot. Move him up to 7th. Ooh, contact right there behind him. That's Jared Ziegler getting in the mix with the 6 of Mr. Josiah there having a little problem. The 51 of Antonio Bianchi trying to work his way through as well. This pack right here is going to go single file once again. It's a single file we are one more time here at Martinsville. A little bit of a battle there right behind them. They'll work this out. See Sykes out front. Nothing doing there. Just riding along. But right now, that is Mr. Jared Ziegler trying to pick up 8th over Brian Robinson, and he's got the spot. And a little contact there. Robinson sideways off of turn 4. That was Antonio that got in his bumper. He's still wrecking. He is in trouble down the front straightaway. He'll keep it underneath of him. Great bit of driving there from the 37. That could have been a lot worse. That could have took out a lot of cars. But he got has it back underneath of him here at Martinsville for now. That's the 88 with the 6 right there. Jason Brophy. The 6 right there in front of him. That's going to be Josiah trying to hang on. And we're coming up to 10 laps already in the books here early tonight. There's been a pretty good battle here so far. And yellow out on the racetrack. Trouble up in front of them. That is a 31 around. Caution is out. And just a little contact there with the 13. Send him around. Yellow out on the racetrack. First time tonight. Lap number 9 out of 200. We get our first yellow of the evening. That waste management number 31 going for a spin down there in the corner, bringing out the caution. So yellow out, 10 laps complete already here tonight. Looks like we're going to have cars coming to pit road. I wasn't expecting that. It's a little bit early, but here comes Jeffrey, Patrick, Austin, these guys to pit road. It'll be 4 fresh tires and fuel for your race leaders. Down pit road they come. That's the 04 the way down. And he'll get in his box. 4 fresh tires. We got a total of 4 cars staying out. That's going to be Jared's, Jason. I think Jason's going to actually elect to come in this time. Jared's going to stay out. And if we look at the end of pit road here, we'll have a race off pit road. And the one, nope, not going to get there. Jeffrey does a good job holding on to that position off of pit road. Right now being scored in 5th. He'll actually come around and pass Jason. That'll move him to 4th. This will move Jason back to the rear due to he get it out of sequence. So we'll get ready to get them going once again. Jason on pit road. Jared Ziegler, now your race leader, under the first caution of the night. So Ziegler up front, maintaining that spot right now. The lights are off on the pace car. We're going to have to get double file, but we're not exactly what I would call gather up here. We'll see what the admins do here. Guys are still coming. Cars are still trying to get in position. And there the lights come back on. Good call from race control. And we'll get them gathered back up. Give them another lap to straighten it out. Again, we're only 14 in this time by. So now lights should be extinguished, and they are. We'll get them a fresh start here. It'll be 15 complete of the 200 here tonight. Lap number 15 coming on to board. Jared Ziegler will lead him to green. Donnie to his outside. Brian right there with him as well. And Jeffrey in the 04 right back there also. Here we go. Green flag flies. Lap number 15 on the board. But he will jump back single file once again. Jared Ziegler up front. Donnie second. Brian third. Jeffrey fourth. Antonio fifth. That's going to be your top 5. Take a look at the field rockets on by. The 13 still deep in the pack. There is Norman King there as well. And Norman King with the 6 machine. That battle not going anywhere. And side by side behind them, that's going to be the 48 and the 1. And that 1 claw jump to the bottom. Patrick Curtis doing a good job getting to the inside of the 48. Move that 48 back a spot, back to 11th. Patrick Curtis up to 10th. Side by side battle up in front of them as well. I believe that was Brian Robinson trying to hang on. Brian on the bottom, or Antonio on the bottom. Brian dropping that back a spot, and he will fall back to 5th. Now underneath of him, the 32 of Austin Green, trying to work his way forward as well. And right now, Austin Green, fastest car on the racetrack, back at lap number 6. Fastest lap of the race. Here comes the 13 of Dustin. Really thought he'd have a better qualifying spot after practice. Didn't work out for him. Now he's trying to work his way through the pack. Ziegler still out front, and Norman King coming under fire from the 1 back there of Curtis. That battle there as well. Curtis will eat on by. We'll check in on your race leader, Jared Ziegler. And it looks like even though he's got older tires, he's been able to get clear of the pack and put some distance to him and Donnie and Jeffrey back there. But Donnie coming under fire from Jeffrey right now. And I tell you what, Jeffrey's going to look to the bottom and try to get around. He wants to get around him to go where he can go run back down Mr. Jared, who's opened up that gap. Now side by side down the back straightaway. Side by side they are. A little bit of door contact. Here comes Antonio as well. The 32 right there with them also trying to make it work. Man, 1 car way up the hill there. He'll get it gathered back up. But that's going to move Jeffrey into 2nd. And good job by Jeffrey getting back up to P2. Now he'll try to go run down Jared. Antonio bouncing it off the wall there. You've seen that right there in the background. And yellow is out. Lap number 23, second caution of the night. And that was your former second place car, Donnie, going around. Let to get that car straightened out. And we'll see the 13 underneath of him. Just a little bit of contact, around he'll go. Yellow back on the racetrack. And the lights are on the pace car once again. So it'll be 25 of 200 complete here tonight at the stripe. See the flagman intensely waving that yellow flag. Waving it a little bit hard. They're already behind the pace car, buddy. Get ready to turn back loose again here. 6. Let's see here. Jared Ziegler, Austin Green, Norman King, Brian Ziegler, and Levi, and Mr. Michael Dees up there as well. And 25 of the 200 complete here tonight. So 25 of 200 in the books here this evening. Coming to 26 this time by. On the board momentarily. So we will see what Mr. Jared Ziegler decides to do here if he stays out this entire caution, which it looks like that's what he's going to do. Maintain the race lead, stay out right now. Still pretty early on. Jared Ziegler up in front of the pack right now. Jared Ziegler up front. Austin Green second. King third. Levi fourth. Antonio fifth. Patrick Curtis runs sixth. Here we go as we get ready to go green flag racing once again. Lap number 30 at 200 on the board. And green flag, we're getting ready to go out in the air once again. Jared Ziegler out to a jump. Norman King back there in third. Look outside there, Austin Green there in the 32. Norman a little hard into the corner, almost making contact. Buddy off down the back straightaway once again. Into 3 and 4, a little stack up here. Antonio going to the battle. To the bottom. That's a battle for fourth. And Norman falls back to fourth. There comes the 1. Here comes the 13. Man, Norman just can't get down. That car just wants to wash up out of the corner and leave that entire bottom line open. And he is fighting that hard tonight. 30 of 200 complete. Norman King already falling back deep in the field. But up front, Jared's still trying to hang on to the race lead. Jared up there in front of the 32 machine of Austin Green. Austin locking the brakes up. You seen the back of that car step out under braking. Austin almost a back bumper of Jared Ziegler. Jared trying to hang on. Because we're 31 complete here at Martinsville. Now 32 on the board as we work our way through this time by. And trouble front straightaway, yellow back out. And that was the 48 running into the problem of Christopher. That'll put him 1 lap down. what happened here. I think he's just going to loop that car. Yellow back here, lap 33 of this one. Oh, the 12. Ooh, that's not good. Well, got checked up, nowhere for the 48 to go, and around he goes. That was Gary there in the 12 that had that big checkup that actually triggered that CarMax. Right now, still out front, Jared Stigler, still not pitting. Bit different strategy for him, not hitting pit road at all. Still circling around behind the iRacing pace car is Mr. Jared Ziegler. Get ready to go back green flag racing here in just a moment. Right now, everybody's circling behind the iRacing pace car. Get ready to turn them back loose once again here. We're still pretty early on in this one. Again, really early on, 30 out of, or 35 of 2 lead. Got a long way to go. Jared's no stop early. A little bit older tires, but it seems to be working pretty well here. Not seeing a huge drop off that would be concerning me right now if I'm him. I expect him to probably try to make it to lap 60 or 70 or maybe even halfway before he comes and gets tires. I think that's the strategy he kind of committed himself to. And right now lights are off on the pace car. Jared Ziegler, Austin Green, Norman King up there at 4th. The 13's worked his way forward, the fastest car in practice of Dustin there, right there in that top 4. But he's definitely worked himself forward. He wants to get a couple of more here before he calls it a night. Here we go. Green flag getting ready to go back in the air. The 32 to the outside. It's going to be Austin Green, Jared Ziegler, your front row. Here we go. Green back out at Martinsville. Jared gets a really good jump in into turn 1. Again, Norman King's car is pushing up the racetrack. Seen how deep in he's going. Norman, buddy, break early. In like a lamb, out like a lion, my friend. Having trouble getting that number 28 Racer's Price machine to turn. Car outside wall right behind him, nearly 3 wide. That was Levi in contact with the 6. We can see that coming. They'll all hang on to it and somehow keep it straight. Now more trouble, and that's a 37 in the wall. And yellow is out. The 04 going sideways, 3 and 4. So 2 different wrecks there at the same time. Nevertheless, yellow flag back out. See the 04 getting in trouble down here. The 37 is the one that actually brought the caution out. That was developing for a good straightaway. And eventually just ran out of room there on the backstretch. And yellow flag flies once again. Yellow out lap number 40. Now same question as always. But imagine Jared's going to stay out here too. He does. Not going to bring that car in yet. Going to hang out front for a little bit. Keep that car nice and clean. And 41 of these current laps in the books. Wave around car to the outside. And we'll get it kind of situated once again. Looks like that was Jason getting the wave around. That'll actually put everybody back on the lead lap. Look at this, the 13 electing to hit pit road. He's going to come down for fresh tires and fuel. Kind of offer strategy off of the leaders. So first place, Jared Ziegler, he's got 42 laps on his tires. And then Norman King's got 31. And then Antonio's got 8. Josiah's got 17. Donnie also at 17. Then we get into Gary with 3. Brian just making a stop. So 3 different tire strategies going on right now. See which one prevails at the end. Two laps on the board. Jared Ziegler should be seeing maybe to go. No, we'll get to have another lap, and then it'll be 1 to go here. Pace car M12 with Jared in tow. Coming on 50 complete here pretty soon. We'll get them going once again. Lights are off on the pace car at the stripe. Lights are off. 44 going on the board. So, double file, 54 of 200 complete. Here we go. Jared Ziegler inside, Norman King outside. Another restart here from Martinsville, and Jared Hart on the gas. Brings them to green. Antonio's going to follow his way through in the 57 machine. Or excuse me, the 51. That kind of looked like a 7 at that angle, but he'll work his way through and move Antonio to second. Again, 11 lap old tires against 45 lap old tires. We're about to see if it makes much of a difference. Here comes Antonio. Trouble right behind them. Contact between the 6 and 28. And they're all going to get stacked up. And here we go. It's going to be a pile up back straightaway. The 7's involved. At least 5, 6. At least 5 cars I counted. The 13 got involved. And yellow back out. And yellow is out. You see, once they start wrecking, nowhere to go. The 05 gets turned around. So a pretty big pile up back straightaway. And that's going to bring the yellow back out here at lap number 47. Back under caution once again. Jared Ziegler back up front. Lights on the pace car. And we will get ready to do it all over again in just a moment. Yellow is out. We will get ready to go back green here in just a moment. Right, stacked up behind the iRacing pace car once again. One person missing in action, Hart Green, man. Where you at, buddy? Where you at, Hart? You're not out here on the racetrack. I hope you're okay, brother. As we get them stacked up once again. And double file once again. Front row Jared Ziegler and Mr. Antonio Bianchi. Your front row one more time. Bianchi there in the 51 machine. Fresher tires than Jared Ziegler. 50 to 200 down. We're coming up. We're at a quarter of the way through this one already here tonight. Green flag going to go back in the air once again. Jared Ziegler will lead them down. Green is out. Everybody will be on the loud pedal once again. Jared getting a little sideways. It's the first time I've seen a hint of those tires starting to give up strength. Look at Norman King making a power move to second. Antonio will do a crossover down the back straightaway. Trouble behind them. That's the 04 hard in the outside wall. And we're going to wait for the yellow because I believe it's going to come. And there it is. The 04 into the outside wall. Jeffrey nosed it in pretty hard. Oh, man. Contact, nothing he could have done. Jason Brophy caught up in it as well, deep in the pack. Put the yellow back in the air once again. And Jeffrey around back straight away. So now Jared Ziegler back out up front once again, back under caution. And I don't think he's going to pit here either. Like I said, I think it's going to be 60, 70, maybe 80 laps in before he hits pit road. But right now, circulating under yellow once again. And we'll get ready to go back green one more time in just a moment. And right now, 54,200 on the board. And we'll get ready to turn them back loose. And so, Jared Ziegler out front, Antonio there in second. They're hanging on right now. $55 of 200 laps complete. Right now, 55 of 200 in on the board. And the lights are off here. Jared Ziegler in the 2 machine. $56 of 200. Jared on the bottom, Antonio on the top side, Norman King in third. That's the way they run right now. Here we go, coming to green once again. 57 on the board, green flag is in the air. And Jared Ziegler, great start there. Antonio may have jumped it a little bit, but they're going to even up. But I think these tires on Antonio's car just enough better to maybe get clear. He's not going to do it on the outside here. He's going to have to get back to the bottom. And they're back to the bottom of the racetrack. Antonio's tires are better. You can tell how much Jared's car is moving around coming off the corner. Trouble behind them. It's the 32-28 and a multi-car incident. Turn number 1. It is a parking lot as we had big trouble off into turn number 1. Yellow back out. So yellow back out. And we'll take a look here. The 32 sitting right behind the 28. Just locked the brakes up there and got himself in trouble. The 6 nowhere to go. The 48 nowhere to go. Couple of hard impacts up there next to the outside wall. They all just whooshed up the hill. Everybody comes to rest at the top of the wall here. See the 32 coming to pit road. Ziegler staying out again here with Antonio right there behind him. And we'll get ready to turn them loose one more time. Again, 60 of 200 in the books here tonight. Been a heck of a night here so far at Martinsville. Folks, I'm going to leave the booth for just a moment, and I'll be back with you. I got to go grab a bottle of water, if you'll excuse me for one moment. All right, back here as we just went back green, and again, Jared out there on them older tires. Antonio right there with him, down into 3 and 4. See if Antonio can make up some ground here, maybe take advantage of it while he can. Those tires will start to kind of even out here before much longer. 88, look at Jason Brophy, the comeback he's made inside the top 3 right now. Now coming for the top 2. Again, Jason Brophy not running full time this year, but when he does show up, you expect him to be competitive. Past champion in the Camping Universe Series, Jason Brophy all over the back of Antonio right now. Brophy all the way all over the back of Antonio right now. Down the back straightaway, these front 3 putting on a clinic here at Martinsville Speedway. Right now, down the front straightaway once again, a little bit of even spacing between those cars. Still fighting back each and every one of them right now. 68 on the board this time. Now, look at the mistake there, Jared. A little bit of a mistake. Antonio all over him, locks the brakes up. Antonio's clearly faster, but he's having to really watch and not run over the back of Jared there. Jared's having a little trouble, especially corner exit. And they'll hang on now. Look at the gap. Jared's got a little bit over Antonio. Here comes Brophy trying to make it work there in the 88. Trying to stick his nose in there the best he can. Right now they'll fight through back straightaway. And Jason all over the back, really turning up the heat on Antonio right now. That's going to let Jared kind of get away. Now fighting through the 51. Easy does it. They'll fight back on the back straight. Now Antonio, hang on to it. What a deal. He hung on that car. Jason got in the back of him. And they'll fight their way through the corner once again. Antonio, there's Jason Brophy. Right there in the 88. Right on the back bumper. 73 of 200 on the board this time by. Now front straightaway once again, Jason trying everything he can to get around Antonio. Jared kind of holding pace now with those two. It's about a 10th difference, but as long as they're battling, they're not able to get up there and mess with Jared too much, and it's working in his favor with 74 lap old tires. Now my question is, how long does Jared Ziegler go? He's got 74 laps on these bad boys. How much further can he go? I don't know. And we'll fight our way through. Now these front three cars basically under a blanket. Hart Green in chat. Hey buddy, where you been, bud? I was worried about you. You wasn't out here on the racetrack. Now, these three doing a great job. Jared Ziegler, Antonio, Jason Brophy going at it head to head here down the front straightaway. Tires on that number 2 machine, way old, but he is hanging on right now. Now 3 and 4, they'll jump to the inside line. And look at Antonio, right back to the back bumper. He's quicker, but he can't get by him. In a little brake walk up, he'll correct the car. Good job by Antonio keeping that car straight. But right now, they're just fighting all over each other. And who wants to go for a ride with Antonio around Martinsville Speedway? For about 2 laps, I'd say we're going to go crank it up with Antonio. I hope you enjoy here at Martinsville. Alright, you see this battle still ongoing at the front of the pack. Jared doing everything he can to hold these two back here, and right now he's doing a great job right at the moment. Jared Ziegler inching away there in that number 2 machine. He's held on to that spot all race so far. 83 on the board of the 200. Jared Ziegler out front. He's coming up on some lap traffic here. Gonna have to work his way through. Let's see how it works out. Up off the corner, Ziegler out in front. 83 on the board of 200 here tonight. And Jared Ziegler, older tires, keep that in mind, by about 40 or so laps. Now working his way through lap traffic. I gotta wonder a little bit about fuel in that machine too. How far can he go before he has to make a stop? Right now 85 on the board, but he is opening up a gap back to Antonio. See Jason right there in third. Then it's a little ways back to Brian there in fourth. Oh, Antonio, no! And he held on to it right when we changed cameras. We'll go back and take a look. Oh, wow. What a save from that 51. We'll take another look here. Just locked the brakes up, got it sideways. Jason Brophy, good job to get around him and not just plow into him there. And we got it straightened back out. Now Jason up to second. Jared, though, out front with a 1 second lead after that. Got the gap if he can just hang on to it right now. And right now we will hang on. 88 on the board. And right now 88 of 200 laps complete. Jason Brophy sets in second. Jared Ziegler in third. Dustin there in fourth. The 13 there fighting his way through him. Dustin, good job for him up to P4. And 89 at 200 laps on the board here tonight. Now 90 on the board. Great battle here. Everybody hanging on up front. The one machine right there a lap down, but 1 lap down for Patrick Curtis. You got Brian back there in fifth. Christopher in sixth. Norman King right now in seventh. That modified he's driving out there missing a hood, but he's still running, and that's all that counts here at Martinsville. As we cycle back to the front of the pack. 88 right there, Jason Brophy. Now 1.5 seconds off Jared Ziegler. Antonio having a great run there in P3 in the 51 machine as well. Having a really, really good run. .93 laps on the board this time by. .93 of 200. And on right now, Jason Brophy trying to close down on Jared. And they'll hang on right now. 95 on the board this time by. Back straight away right now. The gap 1.2 seconds. 95 complete. Right now, Jared Ziegler leads the way. He's up in front of Jason. Antonio sits in third as they run right now. Headed for turns 3 and 4. 100, a little over 100 to go here. Guys doing a great job, and Jared's opening that gap up to about a 1.2 second gap. Even on those older tires. Antonio trying to close down on Jason there. You see that battle coming to fruition. Let's see the 13 as he's worked his way into fourth, and he's closing down on Antonio. And that's the car that was quickest in practice here tonight. Finally working his way forward after 98 or so laps. 99 on the board this time by. One of Antonio, Dustin second, third Christopher. That's the way they run right now. Third, fourth, and fifth as you're looking at. Of course, Jared up front in the lead, still a pretty big gap. Closest battle really on the racetrack right here. And it looks like Dustin's quicker than Antonio if he can get a position on him to try to jump around him here. Lap 101 going on the board. We're halfway, folks. Halfway home here at Martinsville. Off of turn number 2, Antonio gets a little bit sideways. They'll head down the back straightaway. Headed for 3 and 4. Dustin applying plenty of pressure to the back bumper of that 51 of Antonio right now. Oh, 03 this time by. And look at that, the 13 finally able to get alongside, and he will move on through. Move Dustin up to third, and Jared back in contact, and the one's around. I meant to say Antonio. And Antonio is around. And that's going to get rid of Jared's lead. 105 laps on the board. Yellow is out. And that should allow, indeed, Jared to come to pit road. 4 fresh tires and fuel. Probably his only stop of the night here coming up as he hits pit road. And down to his stall he comes. 105 on the board. And 4 fresh tires and fuel for that number 2 machine. And here we go. 4 fresh tires on that number 2. He'll jump back out. And off he goes. And everybody else will come down to 7 of Brian. Quite a bit of damage on the front end of that machine as well. Up front, that's going to be Brian Robinson leading the way. He's staying out. He's on old tires. I would think he'll have to come in this time. And coming down pit road once again. And to his box he goes. Be somewhere in the neighborhood of 90 laps to go when we get this thing restarted. No, Brian coming down. For Robinson on pit road. And we'll get this sorted out once again. 108 on the board this time. And here we go, getting ready to go back green once again. Everybody double file, and lights are out on the pace car. Jared Ziegler will bring them down, lap 109. Outside of him, Mr. Jason. And green is in the air, 109 laps on the board. Look at that. Jared jumps out front of the 88. And he's going to pull away by a couple of car lengths. Battle behind him here. Look at Norman King trying to hold off the 6 on the bottom. Antonio trying to work his way back from deep in the pack here in that number 51 machine as well. And they'll fight their way through 110 and 200 complete. And look at this. Antonio, great run to the bottom of the 6. He'll make it work. And clear he goes. Now the one to Dustin, or Patrick right there as well. Now he's one lap down. But right now he is in position to get his lucky dog if he stays right there. Meanwhile, out front, Jason doing a good, or Jared doing a good job pulling away from Jason. Christopher Seth right now in 3rd. 4th is Levi. Dustin runs in 5th. And we will hang on up the hill. The 31 of Levi goes. Norman King coming through as well. And right there, Antonio Bianchi also. Here comes Antonio trying to fight through. Easy does it, Antonio. Right on the back bumper, the 28. 15. 115 on the board this time. Out of 200 complete here tonight. And right now, Jared Ziegler out front pulling away. And they'll fight through. 115 out of 200 laps complete. Now look at Norman King sideways off the corner. 116 to 200 complete here. We'll hang on right now. Here at Martinsville, you see Norman King trying to hang on right in front of Antonio. No change up front. And caution on the racetrack. And it looks like it's going to be deeper in the pack. That's the 05 outside wall, but that's not going to bring the yellow out. Kind of confused here. He just gets the outside wall. 118 on the board. And locked the brakes up there, but yellow was not sure what that yellow was for. Not showing up for us. But yellow out nonetheless, and Jared Ziegler's still out front. $120 on the board this time. There'll be less than 80 to go when we go back green here at Martinsville. They're trying to get their stuff figured out once again. And we see lights are on the pace car here. One more time. And everybody will follow along. You know, like I said, pace car is leading them around. Well, we'll get ready to go back green once again in a moment. And let's see here. It should be, let's check here, a couple of things before we do go back green. We're looking at 79 laps to go track temp right now, 82. 66 air temp, so that's not changing a lot. So with 79 laps to go, I think we got what we got as far as weather goes. Green flag getting ready to go in the air. Pace car comes down. Jared Ziegler leads them to green. Brophy outside the 48 there as well. Green is in the air, and we're rolling once again from Martinsville. And those two will jump out ahead, side-by-side battle for fourth. But look at Brophy maintaining the outside, trying to come up with something on Jared. Couldn't get it done there. He'll have to fall back in line. Battle now, that's going to be for third and fourth. That's going to be the 13. On the high side, trying to hang on. Side by side into one. Dustin can't get down. He's pretty much stuck to the outside. Levi and Norman right there behind them, and clear that 48 to third. Now he'll jump in the line. Here comes Levi trying to come up with something. Not going to work. He's going to get tied off the corner and have to back out of it. Norman King right there in that modified looking car as well. Right up here in the mix. Levi outside wall. Norman gets collected, and around goes Levi. Antonio in it. 5, 6, 7 cars now piled up back straightaway. Lap 125, big trouble. And it all started with Levi getting in trouble and nowhere to go for any of these guys behind them. The yellow back out once again. See Levi right now. Oh, hard in the outside wall, gets sideways. 51 can't do nothing, and then it's just a pile up from there. Kind of looked like a dog pile at a concert. All them guys piled up on the straightaway. Yellow back out again, lap number 127 on the board. And we'll get ready to turn them back loose one more time. Right now, we'll get ready to double them back up here in a moment. Jared Ziegler, he's going to have to hang on to that lead. He's done it since he played that different fuel, that different tire strategy early. Worked out great for him so far. You see right now, Weissler on the pace car right now. As we work our way around 130 of 200 complete. So here we go. It's going to be 130 of 200 complete. It's going to be a restart. Jared out front, Jason still in second. So here we go once again. .130 at 200 in the books here. And green flag getting ready to go in the air here. 70 laps to go should be. Green is out. Jared Ziegler, great jump there, bud. You got out ahead. Right behind you, Jason tried to stay with him. Not going to work on the high side. He'll fall back in line. Side by side battle for third. Trouble back straightaway. And we're going to pile them up again. The whole field back straightaway is a parking lot. And we have got cars with blown motors out of this one. Antonio there involved. We'll go back and take a look. We might as well call a red flag on this one. Man, oh man, the 48 was on the bottom. 37 comes down. Around they go. The 51 hard impact to 28. The 12 to 7. Nearly the whole field is going to be stacked up in going into 3 and 4. One more look at this. Wow. Literally nothing anybody could have done. So that brings out the caution once again. 133 on the board. Jared's still up front, leading the way. Let's take a look at our race statistics here so far. Here at Martinsville. Right now, 11 cautions for 48 laps. 3 lead changes. Jared's done a great job ever since that tire strategy call to hang on to it. Folks, we'll be right back with you in the booth in a moment. All right, lights off on the pace car, getting ready to go back. Green flag racing. Once again, 136 laps in the books. 65 to go here from Martinsville. Jared Ziegler, Dustin on the front row. Here we go, getting ready to go green. Look at Norman somehow still in the top 4. Wow. A lot of tore up race cars here tonight. Green flag back in the air. Here we go. Green is out. Jared will jump out ahead. There's the 13 right there behind him. Norman King on the bottom of Jason. I think he's going to let Jason kind of get in here. No, he's going to stay up there. There we go. They'll get clear. They're into 3 and 4. Norman looks low once again. Jason Brophy trying to work the middle lane now. Ooh, Jason a little bit sideways off that middle lane. Meanwhile, Jared's still out front. 63 to go here at Martinsville. Jared Ziegler at the front of the pack. King and Jason side by side for third. As they continue along here, they're going at it right now. Now everybody back into the corner one more time. Great battle here as they fight their way through. And right now, fighting their way through right now. The 1 to 28 doing a great job. Hanging on right there in the middle of the pack. Guys are fighting it out. 140 laps on the board. Right now, everyone fighting it out. And that's King, man. He's just holding that bottom line. Doing the best he can right now. Foreman King right there just holding them up. 141 on the board. And right now, I tell you what, Jared Ziegler's strategy's working to perfection right at the moment. Ziegler out front leading the way of this one. Dustin in second. They'll find their way back out down the front straightaway once again. Now everybody fights off of turn number 4. 144 of 200 on the board here. And pretty good battle so far. Now 145 this next time by. And right now, Jason Brophy doing everything he can to run those top two down. Not having much luck at it right now. He's going to have to stay in line here for now. $145 right now up near the front. That is Mr. Bryan. Right on the back bumper of Jared. Can he make something happen to get his lap back? Or excuse me, Bryan trying to hang on to his lead lap. Dustin right on the back bumper of Jared. See that battle right there. Jared and Dustin right with one another. Looking at two battles at once. The 47 there. 147 on the board. 88 right there as well. Now look at this. The 13 trying to close in on Jared Ziegler. They're in that 2 machine. Dustin doing everything he can. 148 of 200 in the books. As we're coming up to 50 to go here before long. Right now it'll be 52 to go at the stripe. And again, Jared tried to hold off a hard charge in Dustin. And Jason right with him as well. 149 on the board that time. Off of turn 2. They'll all make it work. Now they'll fight over turn number 4. 150 on the board. So next time by, it'll be 50 laps to go for Jared Ziegler to hang on in front of Dustin and Jason. Those guys right there with him doing everything he can. Now they'll fight through 151 this time by. 200 laps is what they had scheduled here tonight. And we have knocked her down to 50 laps to go. And I tell you what, these guys are going at it right now. Jared Ziegler trying to hang on. He's got all kinds of company with the 13 and 88 right there behind them. And they are lockstep through 1 and 2. Can we have another one of those Martinsville style finishes? We're getting ready to find out. Jared Ziegler doing the best he can to pull away. Right now out of turn number 4. Now Jared Ziegler trying to get enough of a gap to do something. Not going to work. It's going to be 154 this time by. Jared Ziegler holding the inside line. The 13 all over that back bumper now. 154 laps on the board. right now. We're coming down to it. Get this, Jared stepping away just a little bit. I tell you what, Jared's doing a good job of maintaining out front in that number 2 machine. What a run he has put together. Taking a look back at the cars behind him. They'll fight their way through the corner. We're coming up on 40 laps to go. And you see Dustin's just far enough behind him. He can't get up there and do anything with him. And right now they'll fight through 159 on the board this time. So 40 laps to go is coming up. And I tell you what, Jared's starting to peek out back away from the guys that are behind him. 159 laps complete this time. Now single file down the back straightaway, 40 laps to go. Now look at him fight down behind him, but Brophy got hung up back there with that lap car. And that didn't help his cause any as they worked their way through 1 and 2. Brophy actually lost some ground. Now, single file one more time off of turn number 4. And 62 laps complete. And it's going to be 38 to go at the stripe. It'll be 38 laps to go this time by. Right now, 164 now. Jared Ziegler out front. I tell you what, these guys have been going at it great up front. We'll see how it ends. And you see them single file once again here. Right now, as everybody runs, coming up on 35 to go. Right now, 34 laps to go as they rocket down the front straightaway. 167, the 200 laps complete. 167 on the board. The 13 right there behind him, Dustin, doing everything he can to run the 2 machine down. Right now, 68 laps. 168 laps complete. Those 3 still lockstep. You see everybody else is kind of, for the most part, spread out around the racetrack here. There's Norman King trying to hang on to a badly damaged race car as he continues along down the back straightaway with 31 laps to go. So here we go. We continue along here. Jared Ziegler up front of the pack doing a great job. He's got a gap and maintaining it. 170 on the board. Can Jared become the first two-time winner this season? We're fixing to find out here. 171. This time by 30 laps to go, folks. 30 more to get her done here at Martinsville. Jared's not got a big lead, but he's got enough of a lead. I think if he just maintains, he will be okay. That's all Jared Ziegler needs to do is just maintain his position. Jared Ziegler off the corner. Doing a great job hanging on. And everybody fighting through 172 laps. Gonna be complete this time by. $173 on the board. 28 laps to go. Jared Ziegler out front. Right now Ziegler out front to 13 right there behind him. And down the front straightaway. 56 laps to go. These cars going a lap down here. A bunch of damaged race cars. See Antonio there getting ready to get lapped by your leader. Antonio eases through. And oh, Easy does it for the 13, easing through as well. And they're pretty much dead even up front. Nobody's gaining or losing. Jason Brophy is falling off this, the tail of the front two by a mile. They'll hang on right now. They have 177 and 200 in the books. And right now the 13 sits right behind Jared Ziegler, 178 on the board. $178 laps on the board this time through. And right now, at 180, it'll be 20 to go. Right now, 180 is on the board. 20 laps to go for Jared Ziegler. He has parlayed a pit call into a great run. And right now, Jared Ziegler will jump to the bottom and make it work. And he does. He'll get clear. 19 laps to go. He'll get clear lap cars once again. Ziegler on the rails out front right now. Dustin in second. These guys have put a whooping on him, but I tell you what, I don't think anybody's got anything for Jared. Jared just doing a great job not making any mistakes. Right now we'll continue on. 17 to go this time by. Ooh, Jared getting hung up behind Norman. That's going to let the 13 close the gap down by a ton. Now 17 laps to go this time. And look at this. That's going to let Dustin close that gap. He's going to be right there on that two's back bumper. Right now they're going to be nose to tail. 15 laps to go here. Now this time by. And look at this, the 13 all over the back bumper. Oh man, he is there. He's within bumper shot range. Coming to 13 to go. He's going to get below Jared. Jared moves up. A little bit of contact there. Jared sideways against the wall. He hangs on. 13 laps to go. Now can Dustin get back to him and do it again? He made contact once. Now he's going to try to get all over that back bumper. Here we go. 12 laps to go. Lap traffic in front of him. Jared locks the brakes up. Dustin putting the pressure on Jared Ziegler. Now Dustin doing everything he can. Right around the bottom. He's right there with Jared. Both of them spinning their tires up a little bit. 12 laps to go. Jared again. He's got him right there on his bumper. Jared gets it sideways out of turn 4, but great move by Dustin to back off and let Jared grab the car. Now 11 laps to go here. Battle for the race lead right at the moment. Here we go. 11 to go. Jared's done been sideways once. Has that heated that rear tire up too much. 10 to go this time by. Jared Ziegler out front. 10 laps to go. Trying to hang on in front of Dustin. Dustin all over that rear bumper. And oh man, this is going to be a battle coming to 9 to go this time by. These two battling it out up front. Dustin right on the back bumper doing everything he can. Oh my goodness, Jared trying to hang on. We're going to go on board. You see the bumper cam right out in front of that 13. You can see just how far back he is from Jared Ziegler here. Into 3 and 4, putting the pressure on him hard, coming to 8 to go now. There's going to be 8 to go here at Martinsville Speedway. Who is going to get it done? The 13 all over the back bumper of the 2. 7 laps to go this time by. And Dustin keep the pressure applied. Will Jared crack up and make a mistake? Spins the tires again. That car gets a little bit free. 7 laps to go now. Into the corner. 13 to the back bumper. Almost getting into the back of Jared Ziegler. Be easy does it, boys. You got to take care of these cars. You got a long way to go. You got 6 more laps. Now 6 to go. Here comes the 13. Just off the back bumper of Jared Ziegler. Jared's going to open up the gap again here. After he spun the tires, he got him cooled back down. Now he's starting to pull back away here. 5 to go this time by the stripe. Jared Ziegler hanging on out in front, coming to 4 to go. Got 91 laps on those tires. They are burned up. Dustin, 69 laps. Both cars hard into 3 and 4. 4 laps to go this time by. Lap traffic up in front of them. Oh, contact. The 13 gets in the back bumper of the 2 again. Here we go. He'll dime in the corner coming off. Down the back straightaway. 3 laps to go. Jared Ziegler up front. Dustin all over him. Out of turn number 4. 3 to go here this time by. Now look at the 13 right there at the bumper. Really putting the pressure on him. Jared trying to cut that car down as tight as he can. Here comes Jason Brophy in the mix. Just a little ways back. 2 laps to go this time by. Can that 13 get back to the back bumper of Jared and make something happen? Here he goes into the corner. See Jason Brophy closing the gap. He's got it down to 0.6 of a second. Too little too late for Jason, I think, but we're going to see the white flag. 1 lap to go. Has the 13 got anything for Jared? He's got 2 more corners. He shoots to the outside. Jared holds the bottom. The 13 gets a run down the back straightaway. He'll get to the bottom. 3 and 4. He drives it deep. Clips the curb. They both hit. Jared up the hill. Here comes Jason. And Jared Ziegler hangs on. What a battle. Holy cow. Man, oh man, Dustin scored 3rd. You see him clip the curb, comes up the hill, hits the 2. Jason with a bunch of momentum, but was a little too far back. And yellow and checkered flag is out. And your winner tonight, Jared Ziegler. What a race. Jared Ziegler bringing that car home with a win, 190 laps. Led here tonight. And let's grab a word with him. Holy cow. Jared Ziegler, Matt up here in the booth. You got a copy of it, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Well, buddy, you played an alternate pit strategy early, and you played it out all the way through, and you held on to a late race charge. How does it feel?
It feels amazing. I went on practice Sunday evening, and the car was just terrible. I could not drive it. I was entering this race with like less than 50 laps of practice. I had like my goal in mind was just like P7 or something, and saw the pit strategy open up with everyone pitting on that first caution, like lap 10 or something, and I did a 50-lap run in practice and realized tire wear is literally nothing here. I did 100 laps earlier, my tire wear only down 15%, not even. So I was really excited about that. People even with tires, it's hard to pass at Martinsville, especially if you can hug that inside line. I just did that, I guess, perfectly, I guess. I will have to say I do give props to Dustin Matson, the number 13. He deserved at least second there. He probably deserved the win. He had a really good late race charge there, and he got underneath me off of turn 2 on the final lap. I'll need to look at the replay, but I think I pinched him a little bit too hard entering 3, which ended up sadly making him spin. But it was a really fun race. Was kind of lucky. Everyone kind of got on a. I started up front with the pit strategy, and everyone kind of just kept wrecking behind me, and it just kind of played out from there. Had a lot of fun.
You did a lot of good job in there, Jared. Congratulations. First
Thank you.
prime winner this season, brother.
Yep, and it's 2 in a row.
And 4. Well, we'll see you next week, bud, and congratulations again.
Thank you. See you next week.
Alrighty, buddy. Congrats, man. Alright, there you have it. Race winner, Mr. Jared Ziegler, coming home with a battle with Dustin there at the end. We'll get with Dustin here in a moment. Where is Mr. I don't see Mr. Brophy. There's Mr. Brophy.
Battling.
Hey, Hey, Mr. Brophy, you got me?
Yes, I do.
Well, buddy, you had a late race charge, and if you'd have been a couple of car lengths closer, you could have got alongside Jared there off turn 4. What a battle for a win.
Yeah, I was down on engine power at the beginning of the race, and then so at that last run, just to keep up with them, I burned up the right front tire. I had nothing for them; they were gone. The only thing that let me catch settling, and so I just tried to get as close as I could and hope. I think the problem had been if I'd have been any closer, I wouldn't have fit through the gap on the bottom. That just happened to open up at perfect distance. So, but it was fun to watch them, and it was fun to race.
Well, nevertheless, part-time driver this season coming on second. Great job there, bud.
Thank you. Having a hard time picking up what you're saying. What you're saying here, but
Yeah, I think Discord might be giving us problems.
Yeah, part time. I mean, I'm not quite sure why I decided that Martinsville would be the race I ran. Given I don't like this track particularly, but good place to try and get better. Track I don't normally do well at, and so I think I ran pretty well. As I said, I do wish I hadn't got involved in that early wreck, so I would have had engine power. I was pretty far down. I think 150 RPM or something, but I think it helped me some too because it meant that I could get in the throttle off the corner without sliding, so I'd gain just as I got in the throttle, but then lose it down the straightaway. So I don't think it hurt me as bad as the RPM gauge would say. It was a good job by Jared there playing defense. Good job by Dustin, trying to get under him and not taking him out with the slide, although, I might have appreciated it. So it was a good race all around.
Good deal. And FYI Racing, you need to add whites here at Martinsville for us. We need whites here so bad.
Oh, I agree. That ending would have been even more spectacular in the light.
10-4, bud. Well, we're going to let you go, Jason. Congratulations, P2. Alrighty, there we go. And let's see, Dustin's not in Discord, unfortunately. So that's going to do it here from Martinsville. What a great night it was. We'll get ready to be back with you here next week, folks, as we head to Talladega. Until then, everyone stay safe, have a great one, and good night from Martinsville. See you guys.